Hello there, beautiful Leos and Leo cross watchers. Welcome everyone. Hoping all is well and good with you. Happy to have you here. I hope 2025 has been good to you so far and you're not as cold as some parts of this country is at this time. It's very freaking cold. And I don't even live in the East. Like, I can't even imagine. Oh my gosh. But anyways, so y'all, let's see here what's going on. I'm going to do a check-in to see what's next for you and the person that's on your mind. This will be a tarot card and also energy reading all over the place for the both of you. I'll read for you and them the entire time. And then when it comes to tarot, you'll have your own deck and then they'll have their deck. And I'll read those decks at the same time for both of you. Okay, so if you're a cross watcher, you're here because of Leo. You'll be talked about. Okay, so you are considered they and them. All right, and then Leo is you. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and see what shows up for you here, Leo. Let's pull some energy cards overall. What's going on? All right, Angel of Strength is here. Something could be very challenging right now for some of you. And it's a cycle here that's gonna come to an ending. There's gonna be a restart. Okay, so whatever stuff that you've been going through, whatever it is that you're dealing with in this relationship or the situation that's going on right now specifically, the strength here is what's pulling things through. Okay, so ironically, you know, Leo's a strength card. I mean, it's just you're showing up right away as a very powerful source of strength for what needs to be done. Okay, so challenges, but you're enduring, you're persevering. Okay, something here is pushing through because of the strength that this relationship needs or deserves. Okay, so that's kind of where things are starting. Let's see, we have the yin yang here, number 22. You know, it feels like for some of you, you're kind of like, I laugh whenever I see the yin yang because let me tell you, my parents, they're both born on the same day in June, and the very same day, 4 years apart in June. Not only are they Geminis, which oh my god, I can't with Gemini. Like my Gemini mom, oof, it's okay, but my Gemini died, and literally the opposite, okay, of each other. I mean, opposite. She's hot, he's cold. He's hot, she's cold. Emotions and stuff like dealing with things like coping. But they're you know, they were like, but it was amazing to witness growing up. I never understood it. But now, like, whenever I see the yin yang, I always think like, you know, you both are playing on each other's strengths here. Okay, so there's a lot of fire that you can bring to the equation. There's a lot of power. There's a lot of determination. All right, but there's also like perhaps the other person can bring like emotions, can bring insights, can bring feelings into things. Okay, so there's a balance of things between you and this energy. You know, that's kind of right now, you know, in a flux. Okay, so the balance here could be off balance at this time, but the balance is in play. Okay, so and hence why the strength is also playing a role. All right, so the magician in the mirror, I feel like something needs to be acted on. Okay, something here needs to be discussed. We need to take a really good look at ourselves in the mirror here, address the things that need to be addressed. Ironically, interestingly, I don't know, coincidentally, coincidences exist, but look, we have the hot and the cold again. Okay, the fire and the ice, so to speak. All right, but here's the thing, there's room to get things done the right way. There's ways to do things correctly. It takes courage, it takes again determination. If something needs to be spoken, if something needs to be addressed, if something needs to be handled, if something needs to stop, if something needs to be cut off, it's something needs to be end to come to an end, it needs to be talked about. Okay, so there's only so much that, you know, opposites can attract, can do. The rest requires actual action and effort. All right, we have Goddess of the Moon. I feel like for a lot of you, the challenges that you're dealing with here, it's going to bring you closer. Something is going to pull you two closer to one another, okay? There's a lot of things here that intuitively are playing out for you. You know, I feel like you understand this person. Again, it feels like your unity is very strong. It feels like you guys are in some form of a perfect match. At this time, in a lot of ways. So it doesn't mean that you're the same. It means that you match each other's energies, and things like that. And I feel like for a lot of you, there's still some things that need to be seen or understood or clarified. All right. I feel like there's an outpour here of revelations coming through. Maybe somebody just wants to be honest about something or talk about something, admit something, bring it into a part of their life, or vice versa, you bring them into a part of your life that you've kind of kept locked away. Something like that is playing out. Okay, we have 52, we have 53. We're in the 50s here. So it does feel like for some of you here, there's a turnaround, not in the sense of a recovery, but in the sense of a restorate. Like we're gonna restore something. We're not gonna allow something to push us further away, is what I'm getting. Maybe there could be some sort of interference, some sort of situation going on right now where, you know, again, your relationship is being tested, your loyalties are being tested. Okay, maybe there's some things that you just kind of, you need to be very strong about here that you don't know or haven't seen. Maybe you're suspecting or something like that. And it's just playing out. But I feel like, you know, also being able to address things or get our, you know, if we haven't, with positive intentions, the magician, you know, can, I feel like, you know, I need to say the positivity because we can have negative intentions, but with the right set of intentions that are positive, the magician here has a lot of power, obviously. So feels like, you know, you have a lot here. You both have a lot of power in your own rights. Okay, so it's about taking action, okay, and doing the unthinkable or the unknown or the unexpected and getting it done for the right reasons. Okay, it just feels, look, I'm not even trying, but look, we have a woman holding a heart here. So we've got somebody here that's kind of taking away something that feels like, it feels like the current state of the relationship. Somebody could be like taking a little bit away at somebody else's heart right now, and not necessarily, you know, there could be some need to kind of address something or heal something or acknowledge something that's necessary. Okay, vital. The door to romance is open. Okay, so I feel like here, you know, we can't go anywhere but up, and success, looking forward is success. In a way of, in a way to be successful, is to be honest, okay, to be open up. So maybe somebody here is going to come through and confess something. I don't know, maybe they want to tell you they really love you, or they want to marry you, or they want to propose, or they want to tell you about a secret. We don't know a whole lot, but it does feel like energetically, you know, things are moving towards having that door to romance open. And I feel like it's a lovely card to show up towards the end, because it does feel like the scene is set up here. There's harmony, there's balance, there's something here, you know, that has potential to go beyond the current time or whatever the current challenges have been for the both of you. Okay, so let's see what else we have going for you, Leo. Of course, use discernment, all right? So these are just very general readings, but I'm trying to get you a meaningful, full reading this time. So it almost feels like it's a personal reading, not quite. So there's a lot of decks I'm going to go through. And if you enjoy this sort of stuff, or if you're new to my channel, feel free to like the video, subscribe, you guys, hang out here, check it out. We're ending something here that has put us in a place where we felt maybe worn out, desperate, or maybe felt weak. Okay, we're putting endings to things that we no longer need to feel like we don't need to have, in terms of to be valued or to be acknowledged. Okay, we're putting an ending to things that have been hard and challenging. We're looking past that now. It's time, like I said, to restore. Did I say restore earlier? Maybe recover and restore. It doesn't matter. It just feels like we're cycling out of a situation here. We've hit some couple of dead ends, and now it's time to turn the wheel around. Okay, is what I'm getting. We have a courtship, so there's the door to romance here. I feel like somebody really has been trying to reach out, to connect, to kind of restabilize a connection. You bring things back on track. The romance is strong. I feel like you are being the one that's being courted at this time. You're not courting the person. But you know, I feel like you're the woman here. You know, this the woman, look, we have a heart on her dress, and she's holding a heart here. I feel like you're the feminine energy in this reading. Or at least, you know, you've been hurt multiple times, or not necessarily hurt like intention, but it could be just pains, relationship pains, growing pains, things like that in relationships and love. So, you know, and I feel like this is somebody that wants to be mindful and conscientious about that, and also perhaps do things different. Okay, like, so approach you differently, or, you know, heal something differently with you. Okay, so like it's not the same role here. We have a main male here. This card keeps wanting to show up. It's like it's testing my like analysis or intentions or intuition for each card. But this is somebody, I feel like that could be the male energy. We could have them, this is somebody that could be at a distance from you right now, or in the distant future you're gonna reconnect or you know, like meet or get back together or something like that. Right now there's some things that are happening that pulls you or them away. You could have ties with other things or other commitments somewhere else that are like actual like family, friends, something going on, like a commitment that needs, you know, there's a lot of that's holding one person or the both of you back from kind of meeting or getting things back to that, like having the romantic experience. Okay, but this is somebody I feel like has the knowledge in the the desire to romance, okay, to romance you or to reignite the romance here or to reinitiate something, recover something. Okay, you've been tested with this person, so you guys have both been put in a place where your loyalty or somebody's loyalty was being tested. Okay, so we have an energy here that can bring a lot of stability, a lot of balance. They can restore the balance. Like I said, you bring so much power into the relationship, but they also bring theirs, and it's amazing when it's sparked, when it's together. Okay, so it does feel like somebody just wants to put an ending to some things. This person right now, if you guys are not together at this time, like for whatever the reasons, like they're apart, separate, they're on their like they're like in a single like state. Okay, so like they're like actually interested, but they really, for some reason, they really want you to know, like, you know, they're like they're not trying to they're not wanting to play. All right, now I don't know what tarot story is going to bring in here, but you know, the energy comes across like they're, you know, if you for whatever reason, like you're separated apart or something, they could be really, you know, enmeshed in something important, like I had said, family, friends, something like that. Or even like a job, like or starting a business and they're having to travel, like something is being established. So they're looking at things from like a level of like the future. Okay, from like a future level, and I feel like you're gonna have a very wealthy um lifestyle with this person, but not just material like money, but it's gonna feel like spiritual wealth. Like this is somebody that is a forward thinker. So we have a forward energy here, somebody that's really wanting, they're thinking things through the future here. Okay, maybe action is one thing right now at this very moment, but their thoughts or how their energy is pulling in, it's pulling towards seeing things for the like so they're like a planner. Okay, and look at that, look at that. So if, I mean, I hope you're still with me, but look at this, order romance with the Lover's card, like not trying to make up something here, it's a fact. And then we have the courtship. So I feel like this is somebody that, you know, connection wise, you two are maybe perhaps destined to be soulmates, or you're on a soulmate journey together. There's a union here of some sort, so commitment, proposal. um Something is being restored, something is being done right this time, something is being corrected. But also because the idea here is to not just like the correcting of things, but it's to, I feel like, to prove that people can change, and this is somebody, or maybe between the two of you and whatever you've gone through, like change is invited and welcomed right now. You know, like it does feel like that, you know, but I feel like I hate to say proposals and things like that. It's like I don't want to put so much false hope. So or feel like I'm giving false hope, I should say. So I do want to say there's a strong love connection here that's going to be taking off. Okay, so that's kind of cool. I think we are on a journey. Okay, I told you this is an experience right now. This person could be actually literally on a journey. All right, and they're returning home. You're in the picture. Okay, you've gone through it all. Like another example, like maybe like just saying like, well, families that stay home and then they're spouses like or partners deploy or take off to other countries for jobs or whatever. So again, it's a little extra extreme, but this is, again, this, we're on a journey. I feel like this is somebody that may have started the journey without you in the picture, and then you came into the picture. So you're like an unexpected twist at this time, like, you know, like a love twist for them. This could be, you know, something that weaving you into their like experience or life or future is now part of their, it's added, it's another bag now they're bringing in. Okay, so this, I feel like it's interesting. So let's see what else is going on. Sometimes, you know, these readings make me feel like I'm just bringing the bringer of bad news, but so far I'm actually like impressed. Like, this is, the energy feels clean so far. Okay, so let's see what else is around you guys. What's some distractions or problems, if anything, or what else do we need to know? All right. My hands are freezing. So we have tension. So I feel like we talked about this earlier. There's been some challenges, turbulent times. Okay, maybe a little bit of a separation or distancing. Maybe just clashing, like not really seeing things, you know, not being on the same page. Not that we have to, but it could have been on important matters. Okay, we had a little sense of rejection taking place for a little bit. All right, maybe there was a no. Somebody said no to the other person. Somebody feels rejected. All right. But I also feel like the irrational fear comes through based on past experiences and past traumas in relationships, okay, like the heartbroken energy here. So something right now feels like it was dismissed, but there's room to heal it or recover it, like I was saying earlier, or to restore. Like, you know, it's kind of like when I think of restoration, I think of like in the arts, you know, like in the museum when they restore artifacts with such delicacy, try not to like create, you know, create anything. So that's, I feel like it's coming from that place where it's being very carefully thought out, very kind of cautious and like caring, and like, you know, like the whole, like it's coming from a very awakened place within their heart. Like something is coming through in a position of care. It's like they want to care for things. Okay, they want to do something right. We do have tension upheaval, yeah. So I feel like maybe for a lot of you here, the shocker might be the fact that, you know, there's a way more room for you in their life than maybe you have thought. You know, maybe there's some things that have not been spoken. Maybe the troubles and the issues, you know, kind of put thoughts and like the rejections or whatever was going on or whatever blockages were showing up. I feel like could have put things like maybe this energy did not necessarily feel like they could speak to how they were feeling. And I feel like the shock here is after all of whatever's happened, and I told you earlier, it feels like you guys maybe passed something, graduated from something, you were being tested. It feels like this is something where the alignment now is going to have more meaning, okay, or the connection. All right. So boundaries is here. You know, in the past I feel like maybe um we could have like not had boundaries towards one another or kind of treated each other without like respect. I feel like respect sometimes doesn't mean like disrespect, but it could mean like, you know, involvement, kind of like being part of the story, the equation, the relationship. So maybe in the past the boundaries were kind of in a certain way. Like I said, it feels like you're an unexpected energy that came into this person's life and sparked something and turned them to a feeling or path that is now, you know, like an addition. So this is something they could have felt like, you know, they needed their boundaries and stuff like that. I feel like it comes for those reasons because they could have been on a journey alone in the beginning. Okay, so let's see here what's going on for you and them. All right, so I hope you're enjoying this reading, y'all. If you are, consider liking the video, subscribing, hit the notification bell. All right, you don't have to, but I would love if you do. Also, everybody is welcome here, y'all. So this is a safe space. So if you ever want to comment about something or ask something, feel free to do so. I hoping that everybody is just nice and kind to one another in the comments whenever things come up. So just be supportive. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pull all the cards for you and them, and then I'll go ahead and start the reading soon after that because I want to read your side and their side for each card at the same time. All right, so because of that, I think I have some more room to talk. Well, I recently changed my channel name. It used to be my Tarot Nook, and I changed it because whenever people try to search for my Tarot Nook, it always wants to give them the word book, no matter what. And yeah, I'm still a new channel, and I'm not established, so finding me, okay, fine, but that's fine. But I was like, no. So I changed the channel and now I'm like, oh no, I'm having like buyer's remorse or whatever. And so I'm thinking, oh no, did I do the right thing? So that's what's going on. I just changed it because I want things to be searchable, but I think I might be changing my channel over time. So that's why I haven't put on a full-on official, message or a video about it. All right, so wow, Three of Cups, Three of Cups. So that's what's going on. Also, what else do I want to say? Now, I've done giveaways on this channel before and all that good stuff, and I'm talking especially to those of you that are new. I've done giveaways and I've done things like that. I'm not opposed to doing much of that. I like doing it for fun, but I also want to kind of provide like meaningful content. So I do variety style readings here for those reasons. Just to have a little bit of everything for everyone. And I enjoy using different decks. So, and yes, I'm fixing this thing. And I enjoy using different decks. So, I do so because I was gifted a lot of tarot card decks multiple years ago and came out of nowhere and it was a very nice surprise. And then, of course, I was like, I went into my shopping binge for tarot. And I use different decks because I like the art. I like the color and I like the art and I like to connect with what I have. And otherwise, my stuff is just going to sit. All right. Well, here we go. Let's go ahead and see what's going on. I'm going to start off. You have the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. Interesting. And then they have the Four of Wands in the reverse. How about that? Oh my gosh, my hands are freezing, you guys. So, we got two fours in this corner. We got Three Cups here. We got the Three Cups here. Okay. Got the Eight of Wands. Got the Eight of Wands. Got another four and the Three of Swords for you. And they've got a bunch of big cards, the King of Wands and three major arcanas here. So quite a bit, like I said, with this person. I feel like honestly overall, like I've been talking about, you've been hurt in the past, something like that. Could have been dealing with just kind of relationship motions of the ocean, so to speak, okay, going through it. Rejections have happened, issues, deceptiveness here is showing up. So it feels like this is somebody that at the root of everything, you're the person that is still in the picture for them. Okay, so having said all that, let's see what's going on. In terms of like your current vibes towards them, the Four of Pentacles reversed, this is a Capricorn energy. I feel like, you're just trying to move away from holding on to like this person. Like I feel like you're moving away from like depending or relying on their emotional security or material securities. Like you can hold your own, you can handle your own. I feel like this is somebody relationship wise that could have offered quite a bit and you were rolling with it, like I said, going with the flow of things. But it's like to some degree, you want to have like your own established presence in a relationship. So I feel like, you just have a sense of openness to change things. Like I said, change here is going around for all the right reasons. So it's like understanding and accepting and realizing, and there's a lot of kind of cooperation, but it doesn't necessarily, it's not like you guys are demanding cooperation from one another, but cooperation, like the universe is working, it's like really kind of keeping you all around one another, from that level, like the high level cooperation is taking place. Okay, so if this person feels like you're a little controlling, for example, you're going to be okay. Like, okay, I'll work on that. So, but it's not out of desperation, which is kind of why I feel like it was important when I said earlier, you're not attaching your emotional securities to the relationship with the person because you're not coming from a place of desperation. This is all more like in a very high, lovey, kind of vibey, kind of, you're both into each other's vibes, energy. All right. There are Four of Wands here. This is an Aries energy. It's showing up in the reverse, struggling a little bit here, with the commitment aspect of things or holding things down. Maybe their support comes and goes. So again, you can't like rely on them, emotional security and all that. And again, you're making decisions, you're making changes. You guys are both adapting to things that you're discovering from going through it, but also like making cooperative, like you're cooperating, but it's coming from like a place of like, it's like magnetic, so it's kind of like unavoidable. All right, so something here between the two of you is meant to play out. This relationship is meant to extend. It's meant to be seen of where it's going to go, okay? Um, there's just, it feels like we were going under a lot of strain up here. So a lot of challenges, right? We were talking about all that earlier. So it's very visible again with the reading that, the reading I feel like is confirming that, the idea of like going through like a significant chaotic, shocking, perhaps, cycle. Yeah, that's the freaking word, man. I'm like, why am I not able to think of the word cycle? The cycle, okay, but it doesn't necessarily feel like it was. It was more because of the commitment. The standards of commitment were not the same. Okay, I don't want to keep beating around that bush. So, the Four of Cups for you here, it's showing up in the reverse. I feel like, you're starting to see like new opportunities, new possibilities here to things. You're awakening yourself from a period of like perhaps being set back or being like disappointed or kind of discontent based on the relationship. Like I said, you're kind of, you empower yourself to do the right things. It's like you pick up on this and you're like, okay, I'm going to do that too. But it's kind of, it flows with you. Okay. You're not like literally sitting there kind of overthinking it. But you're so adaptive because you're very resilient and you're very strong energy naturally, but you're also supported by your angels in that sense in this reading. So I feel like there's a lot of, whatever you're withdrawn from right now, relationship wise and things, you're taking this time to think things through. You're using discernment. All right. Now we could be dealing with self-absorbed interests. Okay. So you could have your own like idea of like, the things that you need and deserve and vice versa and all that stuff where it's freedom or time together or whatever. So those things are still there, but we're kind of waking up from the period, the days or the phase that we were kind of like in a tizzy up here. Okay, we're snapping out of that motion. And the Three of Cups for them here, so Cancer energy in both cards. I feel like with their Three of Cups showing up in the reversed, they could be feeling a little isolated here right now, feeling a little disconnected from you. Maybe you're both like withdrawn for whatever the reasons, trying to sort something out. And it could just be that, there's just, it's kind of like messing with their thoughts. It's like, I feel like they feel that the idea or the suggestion of like just a friendship, for example, just let's be friends, let's stay connected, but like try to be friends. So it's like no, I'm not okay with that. Okay, so there's just something here that this person's kind of their hope is kind of to not feel like they're going to be rejected or based on whatever tension, the rejection that's playing out right now, they're not okay with that. Okay, they're not okay with that. Now, sure, there could have been like a third party influence or interference of some sort. You also have the Three of Cups. It's crazy. I can't keep up. It's like, where your cards are like so similar. Like, even though this is not the moon, this is associated with the freaking moon, and it's the moon right here, and this is Pisces, and this is a Pisces. Like, the way you guys' reading is so kind of connected. Like, it can't make it up. You really can't make it up. I mean, the Three of Cups for you, okay, I feel like in the position of like your current feelings about the situation and stuff, despite the challenges, I feel like, you're in a very strong place. You're looking at things to be successful. You're in a place where you're not knocking down the idea of friendship. You're happy. You're eager to maintain aspects of success in this connection and in this relationship. I feel like this person is the person that's like, no, I don't want the friendship. All right. So it's kind of weird that that's coming through, but you're desiring something in this relationship that can make things happy and thriving. Okay. So again, you're dropping the drama or you're dropping the weight or you're getting over it. You've gotten over it. In the sense of like now let's rebuild, let's fix, let's recover something, recovery. Okay, so we're in a recovery phase. The Hangman for them, all right, they could be feeling a little stuck right now. Okay, maybe they're feeling like there's some things like they're gonna have to sacrifice to prove themselves to you, which I feel like it's fine. But it could be anything. It could be sacrificing like time at work or time with socializing for work, whatever it is. The word sacrifice here means that they're just kind of changing their way, somehow adapting to something to make things work. Okay, that was just one example. It could be in any other way. but there's a lot of things that are going to still be left hanging. Okay, still strong Cancer water energies up here, you guys, like water all up here, all of it. All right, emotions, relationships, consciousness, intuition. We're waking up, we're changing things, we're understanding things, we're reconnecting, we're healing, we're recovering, we're understanding, we're trying to sort something out, but there's some things that we don't have like the full kind of way forward for it. Okay, so somebody here, your person, they could be waiting on some sort of clarity or some sort of um like like a direction from you, maybe, you know, like just to kind of to go in the direction that they want to go, because like right now I feel like you're offering friendship, they're saying no, I want more. All right, and that's wild. The Eight of Cups here in the reverse, like I was talking earlier, saying earlier, it's a card, it's a Pisces energy, it's lined up a little bit with emotions and the relationship, but also aspects of like, you know, the self or like intuition, the guided self. In this sense here, I feel like with this energy specifically, the challenge here is it's just like sometimes like with this person, with this relationship, the challenge is to move away. Like, you know, it's to try to move on or try to kind of like walk away and stuff, but it doesn't really work quite well because you're kind of right now stuck being together. So something feels like it's like, you know, there's a sense of indecisiveness here, okay? Of what to do, but the desire to change is overpowering the indecisiveness. Okay, so like the resilience is coming through very strong with you and this person. Okay, but you know, it does make you feel like you're feeling stuck, all right? Or like you kind of owe it to the relationship to try. And so, you know, you're not necessarily walking away per se, but you're like you feel like there's some things you don't know, there's some things that are not being said, or there's some unknowns. And some things here, again, you've been hurt before, or maybe with this energy in the past, there have been some like hard lessons. So it's kind of like you're being protective over your own, you know, yourself, and that's fine. The moon energy here for them, I feel like their biggest challenge here is, you know, they may have fears, hidden fears, concerns, all right, when it comes to the relationship and you, maybe they feel like, you know, that they have to like prove themselves, or like maybe they're like, they don't want to overpromise something and not deliver it, or like prove, you know, they're like kind of, they have those worries, all right, in the broad sense of things. Okay, but they also have like things that they've gone through in their life, so maybe they feel like it's not easy for them to trust. They could also have their own relationship struggles, their own like deep dark secrets, things that, you know, kind of maybe keeps them. And I'm just saying, you know, just go with it. But like maybe if it's a wealthy person, maybe they've been, you know, scammed before or conned before, so maybe this person just has like some safeguards. Okay, I don't want to necessarily say there's extra third parties like maybe cheating, but there could be things that are very kind of hidden or unknown, or unspoken, I should say, not unknown. Okay, so this person could also have insecurities that they don't want to kind of get into or get too much involved. Like I said, it feels like you are an unexpected person that's come through this journey. It's not something they were planning, or, you know, expecting to happen. Obviously destiny and the universe had different, you know, idea. This was all by design, but for them, you know, it just feels like there's just a lot of things here that maybe they're responsible for, or they need to kind of protect, and there's just like some external drama, maybe fringe, like on the outside, stuff like that. The Eight of Wands for you and their King of Wands for them. Okay, so with the Eight of Wands for you, you know, I feel like you want them to know that it's just important for them to like act on things, or like communicate better, or just kind of like, you know, do things in a way where there shows that there's progress in a relationship, or progress is like desired. And I feel like, you know, a lot of you here, you could be in a place where, you know, you feel like, you know, sometimes things may be unexpected, but they still need to be talked about. Okay, so it's like that's something you want them to understand, something they want you to understand here. And I feel like it's so symbolic to have you, or to have the lion back here. I mean, I know the King of Wands is not a Leo card, it's a Sagittarius. Well, it's a fire energy, I guess. It could have the Leo essence, but I read it for Sagittarius energy. Um, it does feel like this is somebody, you know, in terms of what they want you to understand and what they want you to see, or how they want you to see things. I feel like they want you to see them as somebody that is strong, that is a leader, like they've got things going on, they're passionate, and that, they're just trying to kind of, establish a place in the relationship, or have some sort of direction, or create, like maybe they need to have control over something based on the relationship. I don't know what's going on in their actual like life. So there could be like boundaries that are necessary, but they're not meant to kind of offend you or put you on the outside. Okay, so I don't feel like they're trying to push you out. If anything, they want to bring you in. Okay, but maybe they don't have all the answers for how to do it right. All right. In terms of like your Three of Swords here in the reverse, I feel like, you could be just healing from things from the past, okay? And you're just trying to move towards things that are better for you, to reconcile, right the wrong, okay? But just be careful, because the card in the reverse could feel like, you don't have full and complete resolution. So my message to you is to trust your intuition and your instincts, and don't allow somebody else to tell you when something is over or done or needs to be understood. Like maybe, it's like, don't allow the influence to kind of put you in a place where you're not having that full closure or that full healing or the recovery that you need. All right. They have the Eight of Wands here in the reverse. I feel like for a lot of you, they feel like maybe you're just delaying things, or maybe you're not, like maybe you're holding something back, or maybe you're like kind of trying not to progress, give them an answer on something, kind of holding a situation kind of in a state of kind of suspense, okay, like keeping things suspense, like because they can't like figure something out here. They wish that you would explain to them, or have them understand or see something from, but they're not able to connect with you on that sense, or see things that way, and that's fine. It's just that, I feel like this is somebody that really wants to reevaluate everything and do something right all over. It's been written all the way up top from the very beginning, so I feel like they're really stuck in that thought. You are closing out here, my friend Leo, with the Five of Swords in the reverse. I feel like, in terms of what's next for you, maybe, I feel like you're really thinking about just dropping the conflict, dropping the problems. There could have been deceptions, all right, and there could have been one-sided victories here, okay? But it's more about peace, and it's more about harmony for you right now. It's more about healing, all right? We're not going to play the gaslighting game anymore. If somebody's hurt our feelings, if somebody's lied, we're interestingly okay. Like, we have established the power, the strength, the courage to grow from it. We're not having it hold us down, and that's what you're coming in very strongly like that, okay? So something here is still very, very residual though. So something still feels like it's lingering. And like I said, if it doesn't get talked about or handled or addressed the right way, it's gonna carry some weight, and it's gonna be another bite out of that heart. So gotta be careful with that. All right, they're coming in with the Hermit and the reverse. In terms of what's next for them and you two together from their perspective, I feel like they're seeing things more in a more reflective way. Okay, so their next phase here, they're going to be kind of more like, it feels like they're going to grow from this. They're going to be more calmer or more settled down. They could be a little withdrawn. Okay, but this is somebody that is trying to seek wisdom here, figure something out. All right, just decide what things that they want to share, expose, or talk about. Their loyalty to you is unquestionable, and I feel like that's something that they really want to make sure that you understand. But they could be kind of, if you really push on this friendship thing and they don't want it, they're going to take this time out here to go focus on their own growth and go back on that journey alone. So they're going to be hurt if you walk away from this. Okay, so finally, I hope you enjoyed this reading, you guys. Thank you for spending some of your time with me here today. Now, like I said, this is a you and them reading. It's very long, obviously, but not all readings are long, and so on and so forth. So feel free to check out the channel, the playlist. If there's any sort of reading you'd like or something you'd like to see, feel free to let me know. This is your space. I'm here to provide you the experience that you enjoy, okay? No, I'm just kidding. So final card here. This is a self-love, self-healing message of some sort. This is a spirit animal card. So consider it from a place of where, it's meant solely for you outside of this reading. If it connects to this reading, fine. But this is a message for you to close it out. Your spirit animal is the hippopotamus. All right. So if you want to type hippo in the comments, I'll know what that means. Okay. And also know you stayed with me till the very end. Thank you for that. Your keyword is exploration, so if you want to type that to also claim the reading, feel free to do so. Your message is, if you have become bored with your life, you have the creative power to stir things up and revitalize things. You can do this by starting new projects, setting new goals, and making spiritual connections. All right, well, Leo, let me know what's going on with you, or if this reading resonated, feel free to let me know that as well. I love you all so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye.